Hey everyone, welcome back to the Couples Journey blog series podcast. We're on part 3 of the series entitled, I Can't Read Your Mind. Yesterday, we explored more of the key points we've learned from Proverbs 23 verse 7. Today, Ray reflects on how his relationship with his wife, Annie, has been shaped by their personalities, struggles, and spiritual growth. Here's Ray's reflection in this series.
Should I know what my wife is thinking? This might sound funny, but the truth is, we often find ourselves guessing what is in our spouse's mind. How many times have I asked Annie where she wants to have dinner? Only for her to reply, it's up to you. But then, as I park the car in front of the restaurant, she quickly points out, here again? We were here just last week. Usually, that moment ruins our night, and we miss the chance to enjoy a nice dinner together. We see similar patterns when dealing with bigger, more difficult issues. Communication can be truly challenging because Annie processes her thoughts differently. Although she's very outspoken, there are times I do things ahead of her, assuming she'll be fine with it. Sometimes that works, but often it leads to missed moments and eventually heated discussions or disagreements. For a long time, I've learned to live independently. Growing up, I was exposed to responsibilities early on, which shaped my behaviors. But those behaviors don't necessarily mean I'm considering others or seeking a deeper understanding. My perception of relationships back then was simply based on what I thought might work. Until God intervened in my life and everything changed, especially how I viewed marriage. The greatest blessing I've received is having a lifelong partner, not just to handle responsibilities, but to dedicate ourselves and our marriage to God, continuously seeking His guidance, His will, and His purpose. This foundation of communication in our marriage is anchored in Christ. As God shifts our heart's desire, we walk each day in obedience to Him, even when we struggle, face spiritual battles, or fall into temptation. We get up and move forward, carrying His grace, mercy, and love. So when I'm challenged by Annie's womanhood, especially hormonal change that affect her thoughts and emotion, I know I can only navigate those moments with God's help. Daily conversations centered in Christ help me understand her as she goes through her own transformation. This is just one of God's many ways of molding and growing me into trusting Him. As Solomon reminds us in Proverbs 3:5, trust in the Lord with all your heart and do not lean on your own understanding. Fellow husband, leading your family can be challenging, but we can always turn to God for guidance. He blesses us with this role, and He will surely help us understand our wives. And when we fail, God's patience, grace, mercy, and love are always there, encouraging us to get up and keep on moving forward.
May Ray's reflection reminds many husbands the importance of patience, understanding, and divine guidance in marriage. Let's remember that we are not alone in this journey. With God's grace at the center of marital relationships, we can navigate the challenges, grow in love, and build a union rooted in faith and mutual response. May we all continue to seek His wisdom daily, trusting that He will lead us to become the husbands and spouses He has called us to be. Join us tomorrow. Annie, Ray's wife, will share her reflections on the series. Thanks for tuning in, and may God bless you and your marriage.